Welcome into Capper's Cave. I'm your host, Lorenzo de Costa. This is Free Picks and on Capper's Cave, brought to you by Intellect Sports. We have College Week 2 just for your Thursday and Friday. And which Friday slate this week, and the NFL will do the Thursday night game. This is our best bets. Again, will be for the weekend. Will be on Thursday night. So this week's a little messed up. So we'll put our best bets out for the weekend, which would be the Saturday games and Sunday games, and maybe a Monday night if we do have it. But it'll air Friday of this week. Usually we do Tuesday or Thursday, but again with Labor Day and all that, it's just a little different. But either way, we'll get to the picks out before the games. And after last week, pro and college combined, we were sitting at 63.8. So it's a nice number to start. We'll take it, absolutely. If you don't have it, get the Capper's Cave app. Get your daily picks from 6 major sports. It's only $9.99, no in-app purchases, and you get a lifetime of daily picks from our cappers at Capper's Cave. We do have the one, the only here.
The boy said, "My name's Johnny, and it might be a sin."
Locksmith Larry, or Larry the Locksmith, whichever you prefer. Good day, sir. Yeah, I'm here. You doing all right? You sound a little hungover or depressed? I mean, you shouldn't be depressed after that game Saturday, should you? Hell no, man. I'm happy as a lark. I just I'm tired and confused. A little confused at what day it is. This week. These damn holidays, man. I just I can't trust them for shit. Okay, but your Bulldogs looking sharp. ACC, not so much. Sorry, getting a little feedback here. But they're looking good. Yeah, man, the ACC, man, it should be ASS, man, for the American South Suckballs, man. That's what it should be. Yeah, I mean, I agree, 100%. Well, not 100%, maybe 80, somewhere around there. Because, you did have Clemson getting skunked almost, but we'll call it a skunk. It was only 3 points they scored. It's a skunk for Clemson. I don't think they've scored that little points in, who knows, ever maybe. But, I mean, are they in trouble, or is Georgia's D just that good? Yeah, them Bulldogs, man, they just that good. They did look good, but I think maybe a little bit of both. But, first game. But this really hurts any chance at a championship run, I think, for Clemson. Now that UNC lost with this Heisman potential, Sam Howell, who blew absolute goat nuts. 3 picks, 10 completions, 10 points. And then Duke losing to Charlotte, which Duke sucked this year anyway. But still, it doesn't hurt the ACC. I mean, it still hurts them. But we do like this Charlotte team. They're good. But you can't lose those games. Miami getting shellacked by Bama. But with that said, these were the top tier teams. But we think there's a couple of hidden gems in the ACC. But again, these losses don't help their case. BC. Yes, they only had to play Colgate. But we like them a lot this year. They have several players that are considered to be on the all ACC first team, more than any team in that division. Watch out for them this year. They should have a great ATS stats, great year, I think. But this giant at tight end, he was just walking over, hurdling peeps. Did you see this? Look it up. Trey Berry. Dude's like 6'6", 244 pounds. He's beast-like. Watch out for BC. The spread is already 37.5 against UMass, but we're all over that. That's going to jump up. This team can score some points, and they can play some D. Also, NC State. These boys are tough and talented. We like them. They whipped on University of South Florida, 45-0. FSU, they look much improved, taking on Notre Dame. Took them to OT, right? Great game. Great attempted comeback by Mackenzie Milton. He was the transfer. Have you heard the story? He's the transfer from UCF. Was completely out last year, maybe even 2019. Came in and almost pulled it off. He just, it'd be a great story if he ends up tearing up shit this year. We'll see who starts. But yeah, it was almost a career-ending injury he had. So good story. We'd like to see it. But again, ACC, a lot of trouble to start. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be another year for Bama as Bama just rolls everybody, right? It looks to be. This Bryce Young dude, I mean, he looks the part. Man, not if my Bulldogs got anything to say about it. I don't know, Locksmith. It would be a good game, but I wouldn't go that far yet. You guys don't have that quarterback talent. Also in the news, did you see this FCS quarterback? He's a Michigan transfer. 10 TDs, over like 500, almost 600 yards. 10 TDs he tossed. Get this guy back in the FBS. What's wrong, Michigan? You don't. How do you let that talent go? Again, I know it's an FCS school, but these things don't happen. That's a different talent. But also, before we get into the picks, I want to chat a little bit about these small market teams like Charlotte, Liberty, Coastal, Western Kentucky, Bethune-Cookman, San Jose State, Kent State, Texas San Antonio, Troy. You get where I'm going. Middle Tennessee. These teams that I just named, they all covered and by large margins. Not that they just won, but they covered the spread by a large margin. They don't need to win, right? Except Kent State, okay? But if you watched that game or looked at the play-by-play, it was a 3 to 7 point game until late in the second half. The spread was like 29 points. They still lost it somehow, but again, they were playing an SEC school. They're supposed to be one of the better teams in the MAC. Which, they could pour into our favor this week. With them getting, if you didn't watch the game, these odds makers aren't watching every game. They look at a lot of numbers. But they were in that ball game. So it could help us with they might have a worse spread this week. We'll look into that. We're not getting into the Saturday games right yet. But these smaller teams are great bet on games. I know the average bettor likes the big game. But so does the odds maker. Just like with any company and any product, they're going to focus more on their best seller, thus being, in this situation, the big games on TV, Georgia, Clemson's, Ohio State's. And by average, they have better margins in those games throughout history. The odds makers do. Excuse me. So if you can find good angles in these smaller games, take it. We do. We do give you some on the show, and others on the app. But we like to cap the big game for your entertainment as well, because it's fun. But all I'm saying is pay attention to the little guy. Pay attention.
Look at me. Please, look at me. Me.
Pay attention. They're out there. And you might as well, it's about making money. Might as well find the ones that aren't being, that the odds makers don't concentrate so much on. And just look at a quick number. All right, we'll get into a little bit of NFL news. Again, we'll have more of a reaction after this weekend's games. But I do want to get into it. It's been big on the news and why Fields isn't starting. Hey, listen, you don't want to do this. This is going to end up like Burrow. Not against the Rams defense. That's a death wish. The coaches, they know what they're doing. The injury factor, the psychological factor. I mean, you're going to be in a better state of mind when Dalton fails. If you go out and fail first, no, it doesn't help you. If Dalton fails, you just have more window of opportunity to succeed. Dalton right now is a guinea pig. With that offensive line, don't end up like Burrow. All the other rookies look to be starting, as they should. Trevor, Zach. I guess they're unsure about Trey and San Francisco, as Jimmy is looking good in the preseason and practice. But I could see a dual quarterback here. Again, don't want to talk too much about the NFL, but don't play Fields right now. I would. Maybe next game. Let Dalton go out there and get his ass kicked by this Rams defense. But again, okay, without further ado, let's get into our picks. We only got a few of them for you. Again, these are the Friday night games for college. And there's not many, but it still looks there's two that don't even have spreads yet. It's like the Duke game because they don't know what to do with Duke when you lose to Charlotte. First one on the slate, Kansas Jayhawks versus Coastal Carolina. sure you've heard of them before on the show. Down to 25. Over-under sitting at 52. I think this is simple. I'm staying with Coastal until this boat sinks deep into the freaking ocean. But, I mean, but they won't. They're going to stay above water all year. You have to keep rolling with it. They went 8-2-1 last season. Obviously their best year. This is ATS, sorry. They went 7-5 the prior year. They weren't even much of a team that year. And we could say this year is better than last. Kansas is even worse. Completely struggled against South Dakota. Did cover and barely won. This team is a mess. They get a real test here. A team that probably is better than most Big 12 teams out there. And this coach, Jamie Chadwell, third year, Coastal Carolina, I would love to notch another big conference win here. Put it under his belt. Add to his resume. And not just a win, but a dominant one. Just take it. If we're wrong here, well, we'll win with them this year. We'll win. This is a long-term investment. If this game was game 8 in the season, the spread would be 30. I think we get a good low here. Because now it's hard to judge what Kansas is. Yeah, they struggled their first game, but against South Dakota, come on. Yeah, man, I hope it's long-term, but you know damn well another good season for Coach. He bye-bye birdie, man. I just hope this program, it stays tough. Agreed. Just like the UCFs of the world. But we haven't seen much of Kansas. South Dakota struggle. That's enough for me. I mean, 45-13. Eat them points. What are you doing to our slot machine over there? All right, the final game of the Friday night college football is Texas El Paso at Boise. Boise sitting at minus 26, over under 55. And, this final game will end on the blue turf. The Miners are 2-0. Yes, they've already played 2 games. Are one win away from... That's right, they played the Illini game. Yeah, they won Big Ten. They're 1 win away from matching their 2020 season. And they're averaging 34 points per contest. Yeah. It helped that... Or no, this wasn't the Texas LP. Yeah, okay. They played... I'm sorry, yeah. I was even going to talk them up for beating the Big Ten, but they only played New Mexico State and Bethune-Cookman. Yeah, however the hell you say that. But winning isn't a normal thing around El Paso. On Saturday, they scored 21 points during the fourth quarter just to pull away from Cookman and win 38-28. Cookman. Yes, Bethune, Cookman. Yeah, who? And of course, they didn't cover. Bet the farm. They won't put up 21 points in the fourth quarter on Boise. On Friday. On the Blue Horse. Yeah.
Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
The Blue Horse. I just made that up. Yeah. This is what I'm going to call the field. The Blue Horse. Get it? There's a connection there. Boise had a tough matchup first game. Had to travel out to Florida, go up against a great team in UCF. Almost pulled out the victory, 34-31. They led most of the game. Expect them to get off to a hot start here. Avenge that loss and take it back at home. They're 12-4 ATS the last 16 home games. Get this. This is how talented they are. They went for 20 yards on the ground against UCF. 20 yards and still put up 30 points. There's no way they're going to struggle on the ground for a second week in a row against this team. Right? Yeah, man, it's hard to beat them Blue Horses on that Kentucky bluegrass. Are you trying to add to my Blue Horse? Just an FYI, though. It's not Kentucky bluegrass. In fact, I don't think Kentucky bluegrass is actually blue. It's false advertising. But it's turf, too. I know, man, those are just Man, those are just jokes, man.
Hey, y'all ain't never
Just
been in the
jokes,
shower
huh?
with a man and you see the suds roll down the crack of his ass and you just be I'm fooling y'all now. I was fooling y'all. Those was jokes.
That's such a great movie. Yeah, thanks for that, man. That is a great movie. That's a great quote. I love that. I love that. All right, let's take a quick minute from our sponsors.
Have you seen all BetAnySports.eu has to offer? Are you interested in low rollover bonuses? Choose between two fantastic premiums with tiny rollover requirements. Get a 55% welcome bonus with only 6 playthrough requirement. Bet your favorite games live through their exclusive live betting feature. And bet your game as it unfolds with the top-of-the-line live betting odds. Mention promo code CappersCave and receive a 55% free play bonus to start up your account. That's Capper's Cave, a 55% free play bonus. And don't forget, BetAnySports has to offer high-quality betting lines, true odds and parlays, same-day payouts, and many other unbeatable perks. Use promo code Capper's Cave and experience online sports betting like never before.
All right, let's get back to it. We have there's a game on Thursday night tomorrow. Dallas at Tampa. And I believe I'll let you. I know we only got 3 picks today, but do you have a pick on this one? Okay. I'll give. We'll do the first half of it. So it's sitting at. Well, let's. You know what? Let's check where we're sitting at. We have 8 points here, and yep, still sitting. Well, some places you can find 8.5. Bet America, DraftKings, FanDuel, if you're capable of using those bookmakers. But we're gonna play the 8.5 then. Why? I don't know. Maybe that's because where we're going. So 8.5 over under sitting at 51.5. This just seems inflated. I think it's too much for NFL teams with 2 potent offenses. I mean, the Super Bowl champs, hangover, now a team in redemption mode after losing its all-star QB last year. Okay, but in Brady's defense, he's covered pretty much every game after a Super Bowl win, except for one in 2006, which was my Bills, and they still beat them, but only won by 2 points. So you have that, and probably one of the best D's and O's in the league. But this is the inflation that I'm talking about. To get more than a TD in the pros is a solid play. When you have an offense with Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Gallup, Zeke, a bunch of playmakers. Not saying Dallas win, but close cover. I think it's just easy to forget how good Dak was before the injury. Over his last 14 starts, dating back to 2019, he had a 27-8 TD interception ratio, 4,600 passing yards, a 98.5 passer rating. Ultimately, the secret to the Buccaneers on the other end of this was their defensive dominance against the run. All right? They were really good against the run. But so expect the Cowboys to air it out, right? I mean, Mike McCarthy, he's going to give Tampa Bay all they can handle through the air. So I like the 8.5. I like the 8.5. I think everybody and their mother is going to be on Tampa. Yeah, man, I'm going to stay away from this one. You just can't trust Jerry and them boys in Dallas. But I do like the cover. Or I'm sorry, the over on this one. The way these teams match up, man, it gives reason to believe that this will be a pass-heavy contest, man, like you saying. Meaning plenty of clock stoppages, man, big plays to help keep them points from ticking on up. I think really, man, the Bucks, they should at least be able to get up close to, say 30 points. Well, Dallas, man, they talented enough to put up at least 3 touchdowns, I hope. They can put up 3 on the board. The over's 5-2 in the Cowboys' last 7 games. 4-0 in their last 4 games as a dog. As for the Bucks, man, the over is 8-2 in the last 10 games is a home favorite, man. And 4-1 their last 5 weeks versus in the game 1, man. I'm rolling with the over in this one. All right, I do like that. That's a good some good angles there. I'm fine with over 51.5 unless it has changed on us. Take a quick peek. Yeah, 51.5. So it's gone down from 52. So it might be a good buy. Things will change because everybody wants that hot NFL first action. Why not? They're gonna bet everything. They're gonna bet points. They're gonna bet how many points does Dak get or yardages. It's gonna be a lot of side bets. So, anyways, that's all we got for you. Pay attention to our show on Friday. We'll have a lot more picks for you. That'll be the Saturday games as well as the Sunday games and maybe a Monday game. And then we'll do our reaction show. Everything will kind of get back to normal on Tuesday. So good luck to you on these games, but we'll talk again on Friday. This is Capper's Cave, free picks and shit. And we's out.